Hello guys, welcome back to the Team Ham channel. James here again, this time bringing you a deck profile for Overdress format, and we're doing the Tamayura deck from Dragon Empire. So I actually picked this deck up not too long ago, I want to say about a week. I've been playtesting with it like crazy since I've gotten it, and this deck has surprised me quite a bit. It does a lot better than I thought it would. Not many people around my area play with it, so I really wanted to see how the deck would work. So picked it up, tried it out, and I'm here to talk about it with you guys and show you my deck profile. But without further ado, let's get started. So this is the ride line right here. We have your 0, 1, 2, and 3. You have to play this ride line if you're gonna do Tamayura because the 1 and the 2 specifically benefit and activate when you ride the next one from it up. So like she activates when she rides upon that. She activates when riding upon that. So you have to run that ride line like that. So that's that. And then for the 3s, obviously the persona riding is very important, so we run the full 3 copies of Tamayura. Very good card. Like I said earlier, didn't expect this deck to be as strong as I thought it would be. The deck is able to do 5 attacks. It's able to give your front row 5k after you've beginning of your main phase. So kind of like how Bruce's Final Rush works. You have to be on here for 1 full turn before you can get that beginning of ride phase effect. And that 5k really does matter for the deck. Allows you to push and try to hit over your opponent's base number of 13. And then she's able to, on attack, counterblast and either call any card from soul to rear or call one of each of the dolls, twins that go with her to rear. I'll go over the dolls in a little bit, but the strength of this deck is that it's able to attack 5 times. It's able to push for numbers, especially on Persona Ride turns. So normally with Persona Ride turns, you give 10k to the front, but thanks to her, it's basically 15 because it's the Persona Ride plus her 5k. So being able to just push for 28 by herself is really good. Very underrated deck, I think. I know it's seen some success in other parts of the world, but at least for my local area, you don't see it played very much. So I'm very happy to be playing it and representing it. And then the other 3 that we run with the deck is this dinosaur right here. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that name, but I like the fact that it's a Tachikaze type card, so that's cool. He's your soul generator. In this deck, soul is very important. So you can put him in the soul to give a rear guard 5k, trying to push over those numbers. And like I said, one of the main cards you're going to use to generate soul. I'll explain in the future cards why the soul matters. But yeah, so definitely a required card to put in the deck. I only run 3 in my deck. I was originally running 4, but I got my hands on some Orlandos recently, and so I was trying to find a space for it, and I cut one of these for him. And it's been working so far, the few games I've tested with it. So definitely would run 3, if possible. All right, and then for the 2s, we have the sister twin dolls right here, Ririmi and Rarami. Again, really bad with names, guys, I apologize. But basically, they both share the same skill that if your Vanguard's Tamayura, when they retire from the Guardian Circle, you may put these into Soul. So that's really good because you want these 2 to be in the Soul to be able to get the 5 attacks off with your main grade 3 Miss Tamayura right here. Oh, well, not that one. With Miss Tamayura right here. So trying to get these 2 into the soul as quickly as possible is definitely the game plan of this deck. And each one has their own ability when called to rear guard. If you have the other one, so say you call her and she's already on rear guard, or if you call her and she's on the rear guard, they both have a Soul Blast 2 cost, which this one allows you to draw a card, and then this one allows you to take one of your rear guards and put it into the soul. So as I said earlier, this deck requires the soul to be able to do cool effects. The main effect that I use when playing this deck is this one for the draw, the Rarami. There have been some matchups, and it's very matchup dependent, where I'd wanted Soul Blast 2 to put one of my opponent's rear guards into soul. For example, Nirvana, I can take their overdressed unit, put all of the cards in the overdressed state into my opponent's soul, so the Trickstar goes in there as well. Very nice. But besides that, I hardly do her skill. So we try to build up the soul so we can get that soul blast 2 and draw mainly. So definitely a 4 of each. The deck needs these. These are heavily required. You can't run less than 4 of each, I feel. Otherwise your consistency goes down. And then the other grade 2 we run is this Blitz Sorter right here. I run it as a 3 of this, let's see, so you guys can read it. The Fleeting Shine that lights life. So for those who play V-Era, this is basically a Shiryuki card. So if your Vanguard's Tamayura, you can Soul Blast 2, you choose one of your Vanguards and it gets continuous. All your opponent's front row units get -10. So it's similar to Shiryuki in that you can minus 10k to your opponent's front row. Because since this is Overdress, there's only 3 units in the front row. So all 3 of them are gonna get hit. And as you can see, it's also another Soul Blast 2 cost card. So again, Soul is heavily required in this deck. So trying to build the Soul is very important. Hence why you have to run cards like this that go into Soul. And so I was running this as a 4 of, but again, was trying to find space for the grade 1 Orlando. So I cut this down to 3. When I was running it at 4, usually the 4th copy was discard fodder for the ride line or discard fodder for PG. Never used the 4th one. The max I've done is 3. So I kept it at 3. It's been working for me. I've seen some people try to play this as a 2 of online. If that works for you, go for it. But if you want a place to start, a recommendation, just try 3. See if you like it like that. If you want less, more, up to you, go for it. And then the last grade 2 that I run is 2 of this guy, the Motive Stealth Rogue Tsumugi. So when he's placed on rear, you can Soul Blast. You choose a normal unit with stealth in its name or a unit or a glitter card from your drop and you put into your soul. So you use him to fix your soul in exchange of a Soul Blast. Again, another card that needs soul. And he's really good to set up for the dolls in case the dolls go to the drop zone. Either your opponent attacked into them or they retired it by effect before you got to intercept with it. You can call him to rear, take one of the grade 2 dolls in the drop zone and put it right back into your soul. So that's really good. He also combines really well with the grade 1 stealth unit I'm going to go into in a bit. He's able to set her into the soul so that way you can go into your grade 3 Tamayura and call out that grade 1 if you don't have the doll set up yet. So very cool combos. That's why I keep him as a 2 of. I didn't like it as 3, but it's just been working for me. So try it, guys. Try this unit. Give him a chance. And then for the grade 1s, a very important key card as a 4 of is this little Stealth Fiend right here. She's the grade 1 I was mentioning that goes off with this guy right here. So she's the main searcher in the deck because she allows you to search the top 7 cards of your deck and you choose up to a stealth card name or a glitter from among them put into your soul. So you can call it to rear guard circle, check top 7. If you see one of the doll units, since it has a glitter right here, you can put one of these into your soul, or if you see a copy of her, or if you want to put the grade 2 into your soul, you can choose those. What I like to do with this card is I'll call her, starts top 7 if I don't see the dolls, but I see her, put her into soul, so that way when I go to my grade 3 turn, I can swing with her first, call her out from soul to rear as a booster, and she still triggers because she doesn't say when placed from hand on rear guard circles. She just says when placed. And it allows me to do that extra search and extra setup for the next turn. So yeah, definitely a key card, 4 of. Have to run this card. No ifs, ands, or buts. If you want to play Tamayura. Then we go into the grade 1 I've been mentioning a few times, Mr. Orlando right here. My teammate Jesse, he was able to hook me up with some of his extras so I can test it out. And I have to say, just from playtesting, you know, at home by myself and the few games that I've had with it, it's a very good card. You never use the first skill because nothing in here retires the opponent's rear guard, but it's the second skill. It's when your grade 3 or greater Vanguard attacks. So when Tamayura attacks, you can put him in the soul and your Vanguard gets +5. So remember how earlier I was saying that on a Persona Ride turn, Miss Tamayura right here, she gets plus 10 to the front for the turn. Then her own skill gets plus 5, so she can swing for 28. If you swing with her and he's on the board, he goes to soul, giving her another 5, so she hits 33k without boosting on a Persona right turn. That's insane, guys. That is a really high number. And he generates soul on top of that, so he helps you get that soul blast 2 cost ready to go for your dolls, for your blitz order, or for the grade 2 stealth you might do next turn. I mean, he's all around solid grade 1. Definitely should run it in the deck. I can see why people are saying put this as a 4 of, 3 of in your deck. I couldn't find space for a 4 of. If you like my deck build and you want to try it out and there's a card you see like, you know, I'm going to take that out, run the 4, go for it. These deck profiles that we all do on the team is for you guys to have something as a basis to work with. If you like how we have our decks built and you just want to play that, go for it. If you want to change it, more power to you guys. Hopefully nothing but success for you guys when y'all do whatever it is you decide to do. But yeah, definitely run this guy if you can put the space. I have it as a 3. If you can somehow find space for the 4th, go for it, do it. And then, very self-explanatory, 4 PGs, you need PGs, moving on. Now to the triggers. So we run the 4 heal triggers of the Blaze Maiden. I don't really like the effect heals very much. They haven't really worked for me that well in this deck, and I really value the 15k shield a lot. So I just play the 4 regular heals. Hasn't failed me yet. And then I run 4 the effect crits that go to soul plus 2, mainly just to be able to say, okay, boost, go to soul. I have now my soul for effects and whatnot. So if you can find these, get these. These are a little pricey for effect crits, or for rares, I should say. But if you're gonna play Tamayura, definitely recommend getting this. And then I run 4 fronts. Because of the way Tamayura attacks, her attack pattern, you swing with your rears and you swing with Tamayura, you call out your 2 dolls. You want to pump up those dolls as strong as you can on top of what she already pumps them up for. So hitting fronts just makes them hit even harder, and it just hurts a lot more. I was originally trying 8 crits, but I've actually been liking the fronts and the 20k shield. I can't say no to 20k shields, guys. Too good. And then we run the 3 draw triggers. We need to find our pieces. We still need to run draws. There are also nice 10k shields. So when you play the blitz order, you minus 10 to the front. Now your opponent's like, oh, well, now they're just 10k shields instead of, say, 20. Well, I'd rather drop one of these than a 15k shield, I'll tell you what, man. So run 3, recommend it. And lastly, for the over trigger, we run the Dragon Empire because restanding our Vanguard and swinging again with Tamayura is nuts. Especially since the fact that she doesn't say once per turn on her effect. So she can swing, call out 2 dolls. If you hit this OT, she restands and she can trigger again, allowing you to attack, let's see, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 attacks, if I did my math right. Yep. So, alrighty guys, so that was my deck profile for Tamayura. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, hopefully gave you some ideas for your decks. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I know I say it every time, but thank you. Can't thank y'all enough. And I do apologize for the glare right here. We just actually moved into a new unit ourselves over here, so trying to get the lighting and everything fixed. So hopefully our future videos will look a whole lot better than this one. But I just wanted to get this deck out there for you guys so y'all can see and possibly enjoy it and have an inspiration to build and try it out. Recommend it. It's a solid 8 out of 10 deck for me. Very good. But with that being said, thank you so much, guys. Take care.